So I just tried recording and uploading a video for this makeup tutorial. My camera decided to just like break. um, so I'm gonna film this instead. This is gonna be a video about my piercings and tattoo, and the order that I got them and whatnot. So here we go. When I was like 7 months old, my mom got my ears pierced. So I obviously don't remember what that's like. I had them stretched to an 8 or a 6 gauge, and I took them out because I didn't like them anymore. Now I don't really wear earrings in my first pull. So that was that. And then after that I got my belly button pierced, so I can show you that. It's like a cute little normal top ring. That was for my 17th birthday. And that, as far as pain goes, on a scale of like 1 to 5, it was like a 2, because it's really just a quick, like, needle. The painful part was the healing for me, just because like I sleep on my stomach, I wear like relatively tighter clothes, so it's like rubbing. So that was a little irritating, but it healed really fast. Now it's completely healed, and yeah. And then my next one after that was my nose. That was there was a giant truck driving by. That was my graduation present from my best friend's mom. Me and her went and got them done together last November. Last November, yes. So it's little. It's not really obvious. This is also healed. And I know people yell at me all the time because this is one of the rings. If you can see that, if my camera will focus, this is one of the rings that has the ball. Let me like block out my whole face. It has the ball on the bottom, but my hole is like pierced at like, I don't know, like can you see that? At like a bigger gauge. So it doesn't hurt me to take this out and put it back in. Because the original ring that I was pierced with, the spirally one, is like really fat, and this one's not, but it stays in, like it doesn't fall out, so I like it. And then 4 days after I got this done, I went out and got my second hole pierced. And I went with my little sister because you have to have where I live, you can't get your cartilage pierced, like a piercing pagoda or something, under the age of 18. So we had to bring her to a different mall, like a different county, in the state that I live in. I live in New York, by the way. We had to bring her to a different county to get her cartilage pierced. So she got both of her cartilages done, like up here. And I was just like, well, why don't I get my second hole since we're here? So, and my mom did it too. And my mom got her belly button pierced with me. So that was that. Actually, as far as pain goes, like my nose, on a scale of 1 to 5 is like a 3. It didn't hurt that bad. It's a pressure. Like when they, do I have anything to like show as an example? Alright, eyeliner. Like they pierce it. That's not the original part that hurts. The part that hurts, like with a needle that's like not literally this long, like they're pulling through. That's what hurts because it's like pulling your skin with it, so like your skin's coming in. That's the part that hurts. It healed up really fast, and it was fine. And then what happened was I hit it on something, and it like, the spirally ring like keeps it from coming out, but it pulled out like partially, like not all the way, and it started to bleed, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And then like I went home, cleaned it, and made sure it was nice and clean, and the next day I had this bump growing off of it. So I called the piercer and I was like, listen, this has got this bump, I'm scared it's gonna like grow over the stud, like I'm not gonna have it anymore. And he was like, well, that's a keloid scar. What did you do to hurt it? And I was like, well, I got pulled on, my bad, sorry. So he was like, alright, well, what are you gonna do? And it wasn't healed yet, this was like a month after. He was like, change it. I was like, what? Are you insane? So I had to change it, and I put a hoop in it, and let me turn this TV down. I had to put a hoop in it so that the bump had a chance to go away and didn't grow over the stud, so I didn't lose the piercing. So I did that, and now it's fine. And it doesn't get infected, and I love it. Now, I've got like a relatively high pain tolerance. But my second holes hurt. Like, sorry, that's my phone. That was like a, it was painful. Like, it was like a sharp pain, like something was biting you. Like, I was very upset with that piercing. I was very upset. Like, it was just sore for a really long time. It hurts to touch them. And I still have original piercing earrings, and I don't change these ever, so. I rarely change my nose. I rarely change my belly button anymore. They're just kind of there. Unless I'm, like, going out and wearing a bikini and need something to put in it. So, those are my piercings. That's 4. Um, once I get some money, because I'm broke right now, um, I'm debating on whether or not I want to get my next piercing or my next tattoo. I want the bottom of my belly button pierced. I had my tongue pierced when I was 16, and it ripped out, and I'll never do that again. I loved it, but I'll never do it again. It's not there anymore. So, and on a scale of 1 to 5, my tongue was about a 3, because that was kind of painful, but I only had it for like a week because it ripped out. So I'll never do that again. But once I get some money, I either want to get the bottom of my belly button pierced or another tattoo. And as for my first tattoo, this is what it is. Let me turn around and show you guys. So that's it. The clada with like swirly arm guys, and it says loyalty, love, and friendship in Gaelic underneath it. So the idea behind that is everybody in my family has a clada, and my family was really important to me. So me and my mom decided that we were gonna go get one. Me and my mom do everything together. And so on my 18th birthday, I was like, all right, I'm gonna call this tattoo place, and I'm gonna make an appointment, and I'm gonna go. And me, just turning 18, never having a tattoo before, didn't know like you needed to make an appointment, and like it cost money to make the appointment. So they were like, well, it's gonna be $50 down for the appointment. And I was like, what? You're kidding, right? So I was like, all right, well, do you have time for a walk-in? Like, they were like, well, we do have a period of time at 6 o'clock, so if you want to come in. And I was like, all right, I'll be there. Well, I ended up getting lost and going to the tattoo parlor that was down the street. And it was really shady. It was like over a smoke shop, so it like smelled like weed, like really bad. And like there was one guy there. It was really creepy. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then like he had me all prepped for the tattoo, and I was like, wait, this isn't Lark Tattoo, is it? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh. So I mean, there was like no sign, and like it was the scariest experience of my entire life. But and then he had me lay down to do it. So I was like, okay, this is, okay. Alright, weird. So I was like weirded out by that. And then, as far as pain goes, this side, that swirl on the bottom right there, right above the D, hurt so bad. That is the only part, like I was shaking, that's how bad it hurt. That was the only part that hurt me. The rest of it was fine. The part over my spine didn't hurt that bad. But that was really it. Now, this has been worked on twice. Um, the first guy who did it was just talking about, he's not, I don't know, he just got his tattoo license, and I didn't know any of this beforehand, so, I mean, if I had actually was smart and read into it, I probably wouldn't have went. For those of you, Tom Spaulding is a pretty famous guy as far as tattoos go. He's the one who fixed it up for me, so, I mean, you work with what you got. It was pretty, like, botched up the first time, so second time I went in, he drew everything out onto my back, was like, alright, are you ready? I was like, okay. And then I told him I wanted my heart yellow, and then when I turned around and saw it the second time, I almost was in tears. I hugged the man because I was so happy, because the first time I was like, yeah, I got a tattoo, I'm badass, because I'm 18. But it was like a botched up one, so it's like, ha, you look stupid because you're a dumbass and went and got a tattoo somewhere where you didn't know where it was. So, but now I love it, and I love to show it off, and I have a yellow heart on my back. And that's pretty much it. My next one I want on my thigh, and that's gonna be a phoenix. So that's gonna be my next one. I don't know. As far as pain for that, kind of feels like a lot of people will tell you a tattoo feels like a cat scratch that's hot. Like a cat like scratching you, but like burning at the same time. So that's kind of what it feels like, but it's totally tolerable. It's completely bearable pain, except for that one spot on my shoulder blade killed. But that's really it. So yeah. And I'll probably make an updated one once I get more piercings and tattoos, but that's it for now. So thanks for watching. Bye.